Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. It's Ashley, and as you can probably tell by the title of this video, it is my long-awaited, long-overdue part 2 of my Q&A where I talk about transitioning from pediatric medical care to adult medical care. And if you would like to watch part 1 before you watch this video, I will link it in the description and also put it in a little subcard right here, if I can figure out how to do that. But yeah, and before this video starts, I would just like to clarify that I am in no way giving medical advice. I'm not a doctor. I'm simply sharing my own experiences in hopes of helping other people that are about to go through this scary transition. Enjoy. This next one is actually a question, and it was, what do I do if a nurse won't let me back with my child during a procedure, like in the pre-op area, because they're over the age of 18? And my answer to that is, and this is something that, again, I wish my family and I would have known before my first official procedure on the adult side, is that, and this is also why it's so important to have that legal paperwork in the system. It's because in the eyes of the law, if you don't have that paperwork, your child is an adult and can make their own medical decisions and be an advocate for themselves. And unless you have that. Okay, so the last thing I have for this video is not a question or answer, but more of a story and why it's so important to advocate for your child during hospital stays, and also why it's so important to advocate for yourself if you're able, even though you have a conservator or guardian. And I'm gonna try to make this short, but back during my first hospital stay on the adult side, I was in the epilepsy monitoring unit for about 2 weeks, and that's where they monitor you with the camera and leads on your head and things of that nature, and they monitor you 24/7 in case you have a seizure and stuff like that. And so, for those who don't know, I have a sensory texture disorder. I only eat certain foods by mouth. The rest I'm tube fed through my G-tube, but I only eat certain foods by mouth due to that disorder. And so the food that they were bringing me, I would not eat due to like the smell or just simply not liking it. I think I only eat like maybe 12 foods by mouth, if that, and then I'm tube fed the rest, like I said. But so I wasn't eating the food that they were bringing. So since my nanny, my grandmother, was allowed to stay with me the whole time, she would put the tray like on top of the trash, and they would see that. But what they wouldn't see is her bringing me what I would eat like my safe foods. What I would eat, she would bring me from the cafeteria, or I think Mellow Mushroom was down the road, or some other restaurant. And they, for some reason, never saw her bring outside food to me. Why? I still don't know. So one day, the charge nurse came in and with like a few other people, and they lifted up my shirt, and I think I was sleeping at this time, and they said that I was extremely malnourished because you could see my ribs and that I only weighed a certain weight for being my age. And they said that they would see my grandmother throw my food away, so they accused her of withholding my food, even though she would literally go and get me food from the cafeteria or wherever else I asked for it. She would bring it, and it was in the trash. You could clearly see. But so they said that they were gonna call Adult Protective Services and stuff like that, because she was, I guess, neglecting me. And that did not go over well with me or my grandmother, because anyone who knows me personally knows that I only eat certain things. And so my grandmother and myself, I was awake by this time. We were like, you know what, look in her chart, look on the, the growth chart, look at her weight, contact, my pediatric GI doctor, who had been my GI doctor since I was 3. And I said, she will tell you, that I've been the same weight forever, that, just go look in my chart instead of making, like, I guess, false accusations. And, which I get, they have to take when they see something like that, they have to take it all seriously, which I completely understand. But once they looked in my charts and contacted my old GI doctor, everything was well and fine. They profusely apologized, and yeah, but that's why it's very, very, very important to self-advocate for yourself, even if you have a legal guardian or a conservator, if you can. And if not, that's why it's very important to advocate for your child, even though they're over the age of 18, because the adult side is a lot more different than pediatric side. And of course, they have to take everything they see, like withholding food, stuff like that, they have to take it seriously, which like I said, I completely understand. But in my case, that wasn't true, and so I had to advocate for myself, and my grandmother had to advocate for me as well by saying, hey, no, look in her chart. Everything you need to know about her sensory texture disorder, and why I'm throwing this food away, and why I'm bringing her new food is all in there. So without us two, then it could have turned into a very sticky situation, especially since it wasn't true. But definitely advocate for yourself if able, and your child, because the adult side is definitely, for lack of better words, different. Okay, so that is all I have for my part 2 Q&A of what I wish I knew before I transitioned over to adults from pediatrics. And if you liked it, definitely feel free to let me know by giving it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss my future videos. And yeah, if there's anything you guys would like to see or want me to cover, definitely let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching.